Guys, drop some messages if you can hear me. I'm just following up. My internet has just been a disaster today. So I apologize for the AMA because I couldn't hear anything and it made us look pretty bad. And I'm very sorry about that. About half an hour before the AMA started, my internet started going up and down. I was using speed checks, resetting the router, etc., etc. So I'm here now. If you want to ask me anything, I believe that if you type it, I will see it. So I've never tried this before, but I'm doing my best to make up for the technical problems. Someone try and type something and let me, I'm hoping I'm going to see it on my screen if someone types me a question below. Scroll for comments. Here we go. I can see, yo, hi. Okay, it's working. I presume you can all hear me. Web Marketplace. NFT Marketplace, so this is development. It's tough. It's tough, guys. I think you all know that, like, we are so close on it. You know, we can get FUD, we can get you miss the deadline, etc., etc. Like, these are projections. Of course, we wanted to launch it in Q1. Why would we not want to launch it in Q1? Am I in a brothel? Not right now. It's basically every time we deploy an update, so we added a few pages for an extra feature, you deploy an update, and then it's at that moment that the devs see if there's conflicts and issues to resolve. Like, basically, this is coding. Coding is thousands of pages of work. I'm not a dev, people know this, but I know the process. So they deploy, and then they correct, and then they build more features, and they deploy. Bearing in mind we have, you know, various smart contracts interacting as well. So, you know, the UI is all done. This is all back-end stuff that's being done now to fixing. So, the direct buy button, as I said earlier on, we really want the price to be as accurate as possible. We don't want you to have to spend more to use that. So we don't want the price matched to one of the exchanges without tokenomics, for example. So when it's ready and when it's deployed, we will let you know, but we actually have asked Simplex to do some additional work to take the price from somewhere that they don't normally take the price from. Sounds simple, yeah? If you're just a man on the street, that must be easy. It's actually not. It actually requires a full development process. We actually have to pay for that to happen. So that's why these things don't just happen overnight. But anyway, the direct buy button, you guys weren't even supposed to know about that. You guys are amazing. There's 140,000 of you watching everything. And I think one day it just popped up on Trust Wallet briefly. And obviously somebody happened to be looking at their Evergrande Trust Wallet, and there was that magical buy button. That buy button isn't anywhere. No other projects have got it. Only huge projects have got it. So, you know, we'll be well ahead to have that buy button. Anyway, what else we got? Let me try and find some questions. Even this, I'm on my iPhone here trying to get me again. Are we going to advertise the new name of the marketplace before, during? Yes, it's going to be, but everything's going to be done at the very last minute. So the thing about marketplace is, again, it's going to have its own Twitter account. It's going to have its own .com. We're going to market it. We're going to do Google ads. We're going to boost it. We're going to, you know, try to get some celebrities on board, etc., etc. So the marketplace, just see it as a completely separate company that you want to do really well. So I don't care if you buy a $10 NFT or a $50 NFT. The great thing is when we launch, even if just our Twitter followers and the people in our social medias, just everybody just goes and buys an NFT, that will give us some traction and share the experience. It's going to be a really nice experience. Where are we now? Let me find. Thank you for taking time to do this. You're restoring some of my faith in your vision. Doc, I get it. Look, the problem is everybody's like, well, they didn't do this stuff on the 31st of March, so the whole project's a total waste of time. I shared that tip of the iceberg image yesterday because that's what you guys see. And I think there are a lot of holders who get it, who understand business, who understand development, and they understand that, you know, for everything that happens, there is months of work. I mean, we've been working with Simplex for over 3 months now. You know, if you want to like look at my WhatsApps and my Telegram messages and my emails, you'll see like 100 hours of work going into just that one thing. But people don't see this. They just suddenly see the Simplex button works and they go, well, maybe they were doing something for the last 3 months rather than, you know, just sitting on an island sipping cocktails. It's everything we're working on is a huge amount of work below the surface, and what you guys see is almost none of that until it launches, and we haven't launched anything yet. And yes, we are a week over our projected launch dates. Sure, we wanted to launch Q1, who didn't? But look, why would we, I hate to say this, but a lot of projects have rushed to launch stuff and it's been disastrous, and we've seen it in the last few weeks. We've seen utilities cancelled, utilities drawn off. We've seen contract after contract, V1, V2, V3. Just remember, Evergrow are on V1. We've always been on V1. We've distributed more rewards than every single project combined in our space. And we've had zero issues with anything, zero technical issues. There's a reason for that. You know, we've had our swap active since the first week of the project. I think people seem to forget that. You know, we got to make sure we get things right. We don't want to rush in. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's great to say, listen, look what we've done. We did it on time, blah, blah, blah. And then a week later, you have to pull that thing out of the market because it's not working. That's what we don't want to do to you guys. Honestly, give me as much stick as you want. You know, FUD the hell out of me on Twitter. I am not going to be pressured into releasing a utility that is not ready, because that is the one way to lose everybody's trust, everybody's respect, and to destroy your project, okay? And I don't care, because I've been running businesses for a long time. I've got a thick skin. I can get attacked left, right, and center, FUD. I don't care. When it's ready and when it's going to be successful and when it's working perfectly and it's looking beautiful, I will launch it. I'm not going to risk the entire future of our project for a handful of fudsters telling me when, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's just too important to get this right. For the sake of a week or two, it is too important. If we screw this up, if we launch that NFT marketplace and it crashes, every single person putting pressure on us to launch early, it would be our responsibility for falling to that pressure. So we're not going to do it. But it's very, very nearly ready. You guys have seen it. The idea that it's a scam or doesn't exist, that's out the window. You guys know it works. I've shown you videos of me using it. It's really just a case of hanging on. You know, if someone wants to sell their bag because they can't wait for 2 weeks, they are never going to be successful investors. I mean, I always talk about Tesla. Tesla investors were dying on their asses. They were in the position that we're in now, and then suddenly everything fell into place for Tesla. Those investors made 30x returns, okay? 30x, 3,000% returns. And they were the FUD of Tesla was ridiculous. And that was after years and years and years. We only launched our new roadmap just over 3 months ago with all those extras on it, and we dropped the original version of Crater, which was just not good enough. We dropped the original NFT marketplace, was just not good enough. And we've thrown everything into building over the last, 3 months. Huge amounts of time and effort, designers. We've got, I don't even know how many people are working for Evergrow at the moment. I really don't. Well, our community team is 75 strong. We have a full-time design team. We have developers left, right, and center. We have third-party developers. We're building everything. But this is what I'm saying, is about the tip of the iceberg. You guys just see the little bit at the top. You don't see everything that's on underneath. Right, let me see. I'm missing all your questions. Let me try and roll back. Will all that revenue that comes out of the exchange be used for buyback and burn, or just for trading EGC? I don't 100% understand the question, but the answer is yeah. And to be honest, in the early days, we're just going to put all revenue. We'll cover the costs, the launch costs and things like that ourselves. So it'll be 100% of revenue. I think longer term, as these projects build, it'll be profit. But we have things connected to the launch of NFT that will generate some serious juice for buyback and burn. We're not going to talk about it now. And this is not because we want to be cryptic and we want to, create a buzz that isn't there. We're not going to talk about it because it is a huge thing that we've built that's going to coincide with the launch. It's a big deal, and we don't want to reveal it because we don't want to, give too long. And we want it to be a bang drop. Like, NFT is launching in 48 hours, and this is our opening promotion, and this is why it's such a big deal. So let me keep reading. Will we have our own VR goggles? We could well do, actually. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be getting the Oculus 2 so I can start testing stuff out with our VR partners. That's the ones they recommended. But yeah, it'd be cool to have our own branded goggles one day. I'm pretty sure we will do that. What else have we got? Trump launched and died. Yeah, don't get me started on Trump. Yeah, Sassy. So Sassy works in dev and she's on a project that's 3 weeks over schedule. It's totally normal. I appreciate you saying that. So the 700K in the marketing wallet. Like, don't miss. Unfortunately, in the AMA we just did, nobody really heard me say that. I don't think there is. I hate to say this low volume has put a lot of projects at risk. Okay, if you have a roadmap with all these amazing things on it, and you didn't hold on to your money over the last few months, you're in serious trouble. Now, you guys were all saying, why don't you do more marketing? We want to see billboards in Times Square. You know how much a billboard in Times Square costs? It's like 50 grand, 100 grand. You were there for like 2 days and a load of tourists still see it. It's a complete waste of time. That's why we haven't thrown our money at that. We have $700,000 in our marketing wallet, despite the fact that our volume has been incredibly low. Remember, we have dozens of full-time staff that we are paying salaries to every month. We have ongoing costs, ongoing marketing costs. We have a lot of money going out, and somehow we've retained, with this incredibly low volume, 700,000, which is enough to build and market everything on our roadmap. And I cannot emphasize enough why it's important for us to have that money. It means we can do everything we promised to do, and we don't need to rely on volume. The other thing is, so from that 700K, no, the team don't take a penny. In fact, I think barely. You know where the 14 wallets are. I think some of the US dollars have been taken out by one or two of the team members. That's fine. That's their income. They should be allowed to take it out. I personally haven't taken any out. I think you guys know that I'm not in this project for the money. I have sufficient, investments and income, etc. So I just leave my wallet to grow, and I'll look at it one day in the future. But my team wallet for me is not really relevant at the moment. We don't take anything out of marketing budget to pay ourselves, but we do take out a marketing budget, obviously, to pay the staff that work for Evergrow, your community managers, your mods, your admins, our design team. A lot of money goes out every month to pay. We're talking, hundreds of thousands of expenses. But if we were full-blown marketing as well, if we had done what the community wanted us to do, our project would be bankrupt right now. I'm going to say and wallet, like the wallet. The discovery process is done, the design is finished. We're way off presenting it to Apple. But I don't see any issues. But as everyone knows, Apple is a bit of a bottleneck when it comes to getting wallets launched. High hopes for Abstract VR. Me too. Don't underestimate those guys. I love the way that people gave them stick and called them a mom and pop business, and we had other projects even trying to leverage some negativity from this. Those guys are smart. They've actually achieved a huge amount, and yes, they built and ran a bricks and mortar business for years. Kudos, credit to good entrepreneurs building a business and then looking at the world and saying, how can we take this business global? They're a great bunch. They're passionate, they're driven, they're exactly what you need to create something incredibly successful. They have dozens of significant partnerships. They already have hundreds of major game titles lined up. The Abstract guys are really very cool. Is the 160,000 in the team wallet going on? Okay, so we did say that we're gonna stop burning the stuff that we buy in the team wallet. I think we're gonna ultimately start using the rewards in the team wallet to buy Evergrow for the exchanges and liquidity, and also Simplex are gonna need a regular supply of Evergrow. So it's our way of continually demonstrating to you guys that we're in it for you. We used obviously hundreds of thousands of dollars for buyback and burn. So that's taken a load of tokens out of distribution. We now know that we need Evergrow coins for Simplex on an ongoing basis. So it's great. If we go and buy, imagine what will happen if we bought 160,000 of EGC. Now, we obviously are not going to tell you the timing of that. We don't want it to be manipulated. We want it to be traded around. We may stagger it out over time, but it will help the project. So we will, when Simplex is ready to go live, I'm pretty sure, rather than just sending them tokens from the team wallet, obviously it has a lot of tokens in it, I think we'll use the cash in the team wallet and then send them tokens. Obviously, if they need more tokens, we'll use what's in the team wallet. But we're not going to use marketing funds. We're not going to take money away from you guys in development. This will be on us. We will keep doing this. We'll keep demonstrating this to you. So yes, the money, I believe that the money in there, unless they need, so some exchanges obviously need cash. So with SafeMoon, I think we sent them something like 50K and 50k Evergrow coin, and again we funded that from the team wallet. I'm not recording this because I didn't know I could, so I don't know if it becomes replayable when it's finished. Who knows? Are you still planning to not tax creators? Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, it makes no difference to us if we charge a commission in fiat or BNB, or if we for creator if they use Evergrow. As long as it's generating some revenue that we can use, then that's great. I visited Objective Reality and I liked the VR experience. I would love to beta test Creator. Okay, so Creator in 2D is going to be launched first. Creator in 3D is obviously much later this year, going into 2023. That's a big deal, Creator in the virtual reality space. The first thing that will find itself into the virtual reality space is the NFT marketplace. And I think we saw like how beautiful the gallery is, and it'll be a really nice experience for people and a secure experience to connect wallets. It's going to be a first. Like, who's going to have an NFT marketplace where you can stick on a headset and go and view these images? You know, part of the reason that we like this is at this stage, this is about augmenting the experience of being an NFT marketplace. This is literally just the buzz alone. The buzz alone could make our NFT marketplace explode, because sure, it's a nice marketplace. It's going to have all the features and functions that any marketplace should have. But those people with a virtual reality headset are going to be able to access it in a virtual world. That alone will create buzz about that particular brand itself. So even if it is just, you know, initially, even if not many people are using it, you've got to remember the power of this stuff, the power of there being a marketplace in the metaverse for the first time, and what that's going to say about our marketplace, how that's going to drive our marketplace into the psyche of the public. They're going to be like, wow, there's this market. Okay, so I haven't got an Oculus headset, so I can't use it, but that's pretty cool. I'm just going to go to the website and I'm going to use the standard marketplace for now, and maybe one day I'll get myself a headset and I'll visit the virtual marketplace. Ready Player One, I read that book as well before I watched the film. It was an amazing book. Yeah, eventually Creator will be an app. I think people know, like, even OnlyFans still doesn't have an app. It's challenging. Yeah, once utilities are out, I hope people calm down on timelines. We want to get things right. I agree. What else we got? So it will still help with a big buy instead of burn. It just goes, yeah. So just to quickly confirm, the money, that 160,000 in the marketing, in the team wallet, we'll use that to buy Evergrow. So obviously that's going to generate a lot of rewards, and it'll generate a big candle, and then we're going to use those tokens to send to exchanges rather than just burning them, because like we have burnt so many. I mean, we're burning like 80 to 100 billion tokens a day on average. I think people don't even realize how much is being burnt from our project relative to a lot of projects. You know, we're down to something like 470 trillion. So 30 trillion has been burnt since launch. That's huge. Game update. Look, the truth is the game is just is outside our control now, because we've got the virtual reality partnership. There are games all over that already. So the game for us is something that's going to be, you know, handled within that new world. And right now it's not a priority. There are cool NFT sports projects on OpenSea will be sports. Yeah, I mean, our NFT marketplace can list anything that needs to be listed. Are you expecting next week for NFT release? Again, I don't want to give dates. Our devs have promised us, and we're watching them. They deploy updates. They fix bugs. We're keeping an eye on it. We're seeing progress every day. My favorite, but I don't want to give a date. If I give a date and we miss it, just going to be fun. This is why no one gives date. I made that little comment about the fact that Twitter have been working on an edit button for 2 years. That is true. They have been working on an edit button for 2 years. And just because Elon Musk is involved, I'm telling you, it's not going to come out in a week, and they have multi-billion-dollar budgets. So we will just continue until it's ready. But it's not gonna be forever. It's going to be soon enough. My favorite soccer team is Tottenham Hotspur. Do you have any tokens? I've already answered that one. I'm just flipping through. Did I enjoy my birthday? I will be honest, I worked for my entire birthday, and then I went out for a meal for about an hour and a half, and then I went back and I carried on working. We were just right in the middle of something at the time. Evergrow Exchange, the feature list is rich. We'll detail some more info about Evergrow Exchange once we're through this, this development bottleneck. Just to get the, we'll move on to information about the next one, but let's get the NFT marketplace launched first. How will Evergrow work in the VR world? Will it be in a currency? Does the tax get dropped for it? There's going to be more stuff revealed for that. We're not going to talk about in-world currency for now, but there are plans. My favorite big dog. Sam, are you 25 years old? I wish. But thank you for the kind comments. Maybe I was 25 years old when we started this project. Now I'm 41. If you get Twitter Blue, how do we get Twitter Blue? I don't know. What more can we do? Hundreds of millions of market cap, hundreds of thousands of holders, millions of articles about us, and we get automatically rejected for verification immediately when we press the button. So we will try and get Twitter verification at some point. But big dogs, someone asked me about my favorite big dog. I absolutely love dogs. I'm that guy who will roll around on the street with a random dog just to play with them. Or if I'm in a lift or an elevator, I will be like, oh, hey, who's this? And like talking to some poor stranger's dog. I love all dogs. Small, big, fat, small. I said small. I really like golden retrievers, huskies. I like all dogs, honestly. They're all beautiful. Has your personal life changed quite a bit since Evergrow started? Oof, that's a tough one. I was in a very long-term relationship, a 3-year relationship. That's long for me. We did suffer a lot of stress because Evergrow was literally just 24 hours a day, and we are not together anymore. Although we are very good friends. Who is your favorite community manager? Well, good question from Evergrow Paul there. It's hard to choose between Frank and Corey, to be honest. I'll just get back to you on that one. Only joking, Paul. I love you all. Evergrow Husky NFT. Okay, someone work on that. Work on Evergrow Husky NFT. What do we got? Frank, no question. That's community member. They're all absolutely amazing. Market to clubs, nightclubs, shoes on. That's a specific question. Not going Evergrow incorporated soon. Answer is yes. Working on that. That should be pretty soon. Paul told us that you do a great American accent. I don't know about that. See, if I do an American accent, I never quite know which region it's from, so I'll just get back to British. Sam's single, ladies. Not sure community will let him have a girlfriend. Applications via DM, please. Are any wallets locked from pre-sale from selling, and when will they be unlocked? No, that was never part of our contract. It was the only thing that's locked is liquidity, which is locked. What's the overall 3-year plan for Evergrow? World domination. Country accent would be cool. I don't know what that means. What do you mean a country accent? Which country? Unless you mean like a country accent from Devon, like in England. Like only the people from England would understand that this is a country accent. Anything you can share about staking? Look, staking, I hate to say it, staking is pointless for a Reflections project. I'm just going to say it right out there. I did not put staking on the original roadmap. If in the future it's something that can be done without a huge risk, which I think it basically is for DeFi projects, then we will do it. But it's not important, guys. What's important is that you all get rewards. Staking is unfair because the way it's designed with DeFi projects is that the people who choose to stake get rewards that should be paid to everybody holding the coin. So everybody pays for staking in DeFi, but only the stakers actually get the rewards, because staking in DeFi isn't true staking. It doesn't have a value. It's just an agreement to lock up your tokens and not sell them. if people don't get that, that's, I did not want staking on the roadmap. I think it's risky. I think it is pointless. I think it's just a way to lock people's tokens up so that they don't sell them, so they don't have that freedom to buy and sell when they choose. So look, I'm being quite honest about staking. I think for a reflections token that already pays rewards, I don't see the point of staking, and I don't think people quite understand that somebody has to pay for those staking rewards, and it's everybody. So if you don't want to stake, you still have to pay for staking rewards, and I just fundamentally don't feel staking is worth the efforts. Is Evergrow designed such that reflections exceed your bag of value? Obviously, we would like that to be the case, and for people who are willing to buy and hold long term, then it's possible. It happened in the early days when we had really big volume that people would double their bags very quickly. So we know it can be done. We just need to get those utilities, get the buzz back for Evergrow, get lots of trading volume again. But this is a long-term project, believe it or not, guys. So it's really just about getting time. But we do believe that Evergrow will get back on the map at some point soon. Right, what do we got here? Are you on track based on schedule and timeline for the new upcoming apps? Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were trying to bring the exchange forward a little bit, maybe putting a bit too much pressure on ourselves there. NFT marketplace today, I'm afraid not, but we're getting regular updates from the devs, and I'm happy with how it's going. I'm happy with how it's looking. I'm happy with how it's working. Is this recorded? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it'll save on my Twitter. I don't think so. But it'd be cool if it was, but I don't know. Since team delayed utilities, that's a bit of a leading way of putting it, isn't it reasonable to provide a hint about the bomb? No, because I think if we provide a hint about the bomb, it might spoil the impact of it. And I wouldn't say we kind of went, let's delay utilities. I would say the utilities didn't come out on the projected timeline because we just didn't finish them in time because development is very hard to judge. What will the NFT marketplace be called? We will reveal that very, very soon because we do want to start promoting that brand, but we don't want to promote it too early. This is another thing. Everyone says, why don't you start promoting the NFT marketplace now? Because we live in this transitory, minuscule, now, when society. If we start running adverts for a marketplace that isn't live, that's a complete and utter waste of marketing money. This is why we make these decisions. When the NFT marketplace is live, we can throw loads of money on it. And we can say, come visit it now. They'll visit it. They'll say, this is nice, this is cool. We start marketing it now. What's the point? They're going to visit a coming soon website. So we will start marketing when it's ready, when it's live. Exactly. We market when we have something to drive traffic to. Okay, good question about the NFT marketplace increasing volume, because NFT marketplaces have fees. Generally, I know this question in the AMA that Jacob wasn't able to answer just because he hasn't been in the discussions around fees. So obviously the main competitors charge as much as 2.5% on each sale on a marketplace. So that's how we generate fees. We will try to be more competitive than that. Obviously, it's important. Drive those fees down. So basically, if people pay their fees on an NFT marketplace, we will receive those fees and we will use those fees for buyback and burn. So that's how they're going to, it's not going to generate trading volume because we don't need it to generate trading volume, but it will go directly to buyback and burn. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely do you feel will be a top crypto within 3 years? I believe if we carry on our roadmap and we do everything that we say we're going to do, I feel that we are incredibly likely to be a top 20 crypto within 3 years. What are the fees for the marketplace? The reason we didn't answer that is because we haven't decided, and we have the ability to keep them flexible. So we could offer incentives, for example, to a big artist with a reduced fee, but it will be below the competitors. How close are we to something that increases volume? We are, when the NFT marketplace launches, the launch promotion will mean that we will immediately, so let me explain. We don't actually need to, the reason that everyone talks about volume is because the natural volume is what generates the rewards for you at the moment. We don't need to increase trading volume. What we need to do is generate revenue that we can send to buy back and burn, and that way you get rewards, and we create green candles and we get rid of supply. So volume is only relevant for the organic daily trading. What we can generate for buy back and burn is actually important for you guys to make more money and see your bags grow. How close are we to that? That's going to happen this month. Let me just see. Oh, everyone's always asking about the influencers for Creator. Again, we paused that process. There are people that we have, what's the best way to put it? The best thing to do with important, busy people is not to waste their time. So what you do is you make a gentle approach and then you leave it until the time is right. So when we are very close to Creator, that's when we push for those big influencers. But I think a big area that's more important than, say, top 10 influencers is all those medium-sized influencers. Now, if we can attract, 100 accounts with 50,000 followers, that's a huge amount of potential followers, and those accounts are going to be far easier to bring over. So although the big influencers are still very much in the plan, we also want to focus on those medium to small size influencers who have 20 to 50,000 people they can bring onto our platform. Imagine if we can get 1 million users on our platform within the first 2 weeks. It will be unprecedented. No one will have done this before. I noticed you said if we complete our roadmap. No, I don't know if I said if we complete our roadmap, unless I said this week or whatever. We will complete the roadmap. Everything on that roadmap has been priced. We have budget for it. It's been designed. It will all happen. I vote for Paul to give an AMA every fortnight until launch. Yep. Will Hey John be a top influencer? Would you like to see Evergrow Music Store linked to Creator? Yes, there's so many cool things we can do with all this ecosystem. Yeah, it'd be great to get music involved and other areas, even like TV streaming. Yeah, we have thought about a referral program. Again, these are features to add in. When do you think Evergrow can get to 10 trillion circulating supply? Well, there is a calculator, SafeMoon Days calculator, and you can actually see those estimates based on current supply. But obviously, we would hope to exceed those estimates. But to get down to 10 trillion, the team would have to sell ours, so which we're not going to do. So obviously, 10 trillion is a very, very low number. Hard to answer that question. Books as well as music, yeah, NFT books is a really big opportunity, I think, and we've been contacted about that by some authors. Any thoughts about buyback from Crypto Control's discussion? Yeah, I mean, I was always open-minded about it anyway. I just wanted to play devil's advocate to explain why we liked the idea of direct rewards. Crypto Control is very passionate about buyback and burn, and I know why. I see it why. As I said, I think to keep everybody happy, initially we will focus on buyback and burn because, why the price is low. That's a really good idea, and this is one of the things that Crypto Control was saying. While the price is low, buyback and burn makes most sense. But again, we'll do it strategically. There's all sorts of interesting things we can do around that. But initially, pretty much I can confirm now that we've agreed in team to stick with buyback and burn. Let's support the price. Let's try and get all these impatient investors happier with the price first and foremost. And then we'll focus on the rewards. Obviously, it will both generate rewards, but the direct rewards is 12.5 times more rewards, but it doesn't have an effect immediately on the price. Yeah, there's true that there are arguments on both sides because direct rewards, if we're paying direct rewards, it means we have a really high yield, a really high APY, and that will encourage people to buy, and that will also push the price up. So there is work on both sides. Can we organise a Millionaires Club for 2023? We certainly can. When bicycle? I don't know. Evergrow bicycle? Put it on the list. Sam, you're missing Cyber Rodeo. I know I'm missing the Cyber Rodeo. I didn't even attempt to try to get an invite. I could have probably got in, but we're just too busy for me to be heading over to the US of A. Okay, listen, guys, we've answered lots. Hopefully, I made up for my terrible internet connection earlier on. You're all very welcome. And yeah, it would have been cool if this had been recorded because there was. Enjoy the rest of your days, guys.